Alright, well, we'll finish up our discussion of Access with Chapter 19. You have already used the Form tool to create a simple form to enter, edit, and view records in a database. Your Form tool creates forms automatically using all the fields in the selected table or query. You can also create a form using the Form Wizard, which guides you through the process of creating a form. First thing we're going to do is open up our Chapter 19 data file. And save it as Solar Power 19. Alright, and then enable your content so that we can do our editing. In the navigation pane, select the Customers table. On the ribbon, click the Create tab. In the Form group, click the Form Wizard button. The Form Wizard dialog box will open. The Customers table is selected in the Table Queries box, and the fields from the Customers table are listed. Click the All arrow to select all the fields. Select the phone field over here and send it back. With the phone field selected in the Available Fields box, click the arrow to add it back to the selected fields, but it will go below email that way. It will be added to the end. Click your Next button to display the second Form Wizard. Click the Tabular option and review the corresponding sample layout. Alright, review the datasheet and justified layout. Click the Columnar option button to select the layout and then click Next. The third and final Wizard dialog box opens, showing Customers table name as the default form title. We're going to change that to Customer Info. And then we're going to click Finish. Customer's Info form opens in Form View, displaying the field values for the first record in the Customer's table. The form title appears on the Object tab as the object name in the navigation pane and as a title on the form itself. The columnar layout places the captions for each field on the left and the field values on the right. Alright, so modifying a form's design in Layout View. After you create a form, it opens in Form View. If you need to improve its appearance or to make the form easier to use, you need to switch to Layout View. In Layout View, you can see a record in the form and change its layout at the same time, which lets you easily see the results of any design changes you make. Alright, you can also apply themes to a form. You can quickly change the look of a form by applying different themes, which determines the design scheme for the colors and fonts used in your form. So, display the form in Layout View. On the ribbon, click the Form Layout Tool Design tab. The field value box for the Customer ID field is selected as indicated by the orange border. In the Themes group, click the Themes button. In the Themes gallery, right-click the Ion Boardroom theme. A shortcut menu appears with options for applying the theme to all matching objects. On the shortcut menu, click Apply Themes to this object only. I didn't get that box. Maybe I did and just overlooked it. Let's go back up here again and go to Themes. If I choose this theme, mechanic. See, I'm not getting a pop-up to apply that to everything. Oh well. We only wanted to apply to this, so we're fine. Alright, changing a form's title, text, and appearance. Form's title should be descriptive and indicate the form's purpose. To make the form's purpose clearer, you can edit or replace the form's current title. So click the Customer Info Form title. Click between the letters R and I to position the pointer there. Click the space bar. And the title appears on 2 lines. Go to the down arrow and finish out the word information. Click the main form area to deselect the title. Click the customer information to reselect the title. On the ribbon, click the Form Layout Tools Format tab. In the font group, click the Font Color button arrow and choose Purple Accent 6 Darker 50%. Color is applied to your form title. You can add a logo to a form. A logo can be used to provide color and visual interest in a form. A logo is one of many controls you can use in a form. A control is an item in a form, report, or other database object that you can manipulate to modify the object's appearance. When you add a logo or other control to a form, it is placed in a control layout, which is a set of controls grouped together in a form or report so that you can manipulate the set as a single control. On the ribbon, click the Form Layout Tools Design tab. In the header footer group, click the logo button. Alright, click the data file panels located in the Chapter 19 chapter folder. And then click OK. Picture of solar panels appears on top of the form title. A solid orange outline surrounds the picture indicating it's selected, and a dotted line outline surrounds the control layout. Right-click the selected picture to display the shortcut menu. Point to Layout, and then Remove Layout. The picture is removed from the control layout. Drag the picture to the right of the title so that it does not block any part of the title. Drag a corner of the orange box to enlarge the picture to fit within the shaded title area. Alright, and then it should look something like figure 19-7 on page 625 in your book. Alright, now changing the lines in a form. Each field value in the form is displayed in a field value box. The field value boxes are made up of solid lines, which, depending on the theme, might overshadow the field values and make them difficult to read. So fortunately, the lines are another type of control that you can modify. Click the Customer ID Field Value box, which contains the field value 1. An orange outline appears around the field value box to indicate selected. On the ribbon, click the Format tab in your Layout Tools group. In the Control Formatting group, click the Shape Outline button. In the Control Formatting, the Shape Outline button gallery opens for changing the line color, line thickness, and line type. Point to line type, and then use dot line type. Alright, click a blank area of the main form to see your change. Alright. Click the last name and last name field value box. Press the Shift key. Click each remaining field value box below the name and release the Shift key. Apply the dot line format to all of these as well. And then save your form. Alright, finding data using a form. You can use the Find and Replace dialog box to search for data in a form as you did in a data sheet. Okay, so display your form in Form View. In the email field value box, select the email as the current field to be searched. On the Home tab in the Find group, click the Find button. In the Find What box, type PARRY. To search for records that contain the text PARRY in an email address, click the match arrow and any part of field, and then hit Find Next. It jumps to record 31, which has PARRY in the name. Click in the form area to make the form active. Find and Replace dialog box remains open. And the text PARRY is selected in the email. Type Perry to replace the selected text in the email. Okay, so now you have a new corrected email address there. Alright, the next thing it talks about is your wildcard characters. A wildcard is a placeholder you use when you know only part of a value or when you want to start or end with a specific character or match a certain pattern. Alright, the asterisk or the star, it matches any number of characters. It can be used as the first and or last character in a character string. The question mark matches any single alphabetic character. The brackets match any single character within the brackets. The exclamation point matches any character not within brackets. The dash match any one of a range of characters. The range must be in ascending order. And the pound match any single numeric character. Okay, so let's play with this a little bit. In the customer info form, Scroll down and find the phone field box. This field is what you want to search. Find and replace dialog box. Alright. In the look in setting is still current field, which is now the phone field. Click in the find what box, which is Perry, and we want to change that to 707 star. Click the match arrow and change that to whole field, and then click find next. Okay, the search process starts from the point of the previously displayed record in the form, which was 31, and then finds records in which any field value in the phone field begins with 707. Record 1 is the first one. If you hit a find next, it will move you to record 12. And continue with another find next. It's record 14. Alright, just and then we can just click, keep clicking till you don't find any more. Alright, the search item was not found, there's no more matching records, hit OK, and then cancel. Okay, so that's how using a wildcard would work. In the status bar at the bottom of a form, click the current record box and delete out this information and type in 8 and then enter. Record 8 is now current. In the street field value box, double click 4457 and change it to 8274. And then the address is now updated. On the Home tab in the Records group, click the New button. Record 35 is the next available record. Alright. Press the tab key, put in your last name, not mine, yours. Wait a minute. Tab and put in your first name. Press tab 7 times to move the insertion point to the phone field. And then press tab again to move to a new record, which is, oh, I already moved to a new record. Alright, so let's move back one, back one. This is where it jumped. So, record 36. If I go to design view, no, I don't want to do that. Form view. Okay. So record 35 should have your name in it. And then you want to close your customer information query. Okay, you can create a form that displays the data from 2 tables at the same time, such as when you want to review the data for each customer and the customer's contracts at the same time. Alright, a main form displays the data from the primary table, and a subform will display the data from the related table. So, How do we do that? We'll go to the Create tab. We go to our Form Wizard. Alright, when our customer table is selected, we want customer ID, company, last name, first name, phone. Okay. Now we're going to go up here and click Contracts, and we're going to get our we want to move all the fields over underneath there. Okay. Move the contracts.customer.id field back to where it came from, because we don't need customer ID because we already have it. Now click Next. The second option comes up. The Form with Subform option button is selected. The left shows the order in which the data will be displayed. First the data from the primary customers table, and then from the contracts table. We're going to click Next. Click the Data Sheet option button if it's not selected, and click Next. In the form box, click to the right of the last letter. Press backspace to delete the S, and then type contracts. So we want to change this to customer contracts. In the subform box, delete the space between the two words so that the subform name is contract subform. And then click Finish. Alright, so then you can see how that is laid out. You have your customer contracts, you have your customer information, and then your contracts information here in the subform. You can modify a form with a main form and a subform just as you can based on one table. Display the customer contracts form in layout view. In the shaded title area at the top of the form, select and then edit the customer contracts form title so the title is separated into two words. Click a blank area of the main form to deselect the title. Click the subform to select it. Resize each column in the subform to best fit its information. Well, it doesn't want to let me do that. Well, here it does it, but here it doesn't want to. There we go. Finally. We'll drag the left edge of the subform to the left to align it with the left edge. Of the field value boxes. Okay. And then drag its right edge to the left until it is just to the right of the date signed. Scroll down and you can see the bottom of the subform. Okay. Drag the top edge of the form down 3 rows. Then drag the table move handle up until the pointer is to the right of the label contracts. Alright, and then you can see the entire thing without needing to scroll. I don't know if you can do that. Let's see. Let's see if we can adjust it up. Okay, it just wants you to adjust it where it looks nicer, so that you don't have to scroll to see everything. Save the customer contracts form and then switch to form view. Displaying records in a main form and a subform. A form with a main form and subform includes two sets of navigation buttons. The navigation buttons at the bottom of the form window selects records from the primary table in the main form. The navigation buttons at the bottom of the subform select records from the related table in the subform. The subform navigation button may not be visible until you scroll to the bottom of the main form. If you enter data in the main form, the primary table is updated. If you enter data in the subform, the related table is updated. Okay. On the record navigation bar at the bottom of the main form window, click the last record button. It's going to go here. I don't have anything. I need to back up one. My last record is 35. Okay. Click the previous record button again. Let's go to 34. On the record navigation bar at the bottom of the main form window in the current record box, select 34 and type 25. And hit enter. Okay. 25 is selected in the customer's table, and it becomes the current record in the main form. The subform shows that this customer has 6 contracts. The first contract is selected. In the subform on the record navigation bar, click the next record button. The second contract in the subform contract is now selected. On the record navigation bar in the subform, click the last record button. Alright, and now the 1630 AD is the selected one. So that shows you how it navigates. It pulls into your contracts based on your customer, and then you can navigate these using this set here. Alright, when you print a form, Access prints as many form records as can fit on a printed page. If only part of a record fits on the bottom of the page, the remainder of the record prints on the next page. You can choose to print all pages or a range of pages. In addition, you can print only currently selected form records. Before printing, you should always preview the form using Print Preview to show how it will look when it is printed. So on the ribbon, click the File tab in the navigation bar and click Print, or we can go here to Print. And then the Print Preview area. On the ribbon, on the Print Preview tab in the Close Preview area, close the Print Preview. Once you see how it's going to look, it looks like it's going to print 2 customers per page. And then it tells you to print the record, but we're not going to print anything. So you can just keep going. We're going to close this stuff out, and we are going to look at creating a report. A report is a formatted printout of the contents of one or more tables or queries in a database. You can design your own reports, or you can use the report wizard to create them. When you create a report with the report wizard, you first choose the table or query on which to base the report, and then select the fields you want to include, just like we've been doing with forms. Okay, on the ribbon, click Create. We're going to go to Report, and we're going to use the wizard. In the tables, we're going to select customers if we need to, and then we're going to use ID, company, first name, last name, city, and phone. Okay. Then we're going to choose the contracts, move everything over customer ID back, and click Next. Then we're going to click Next again. Click the one arrow and then click Date Signed. Okay, hang on. I think we're click Next again here. Yeah, the one arrow, put in Date Signed. Okay. Date signed in ascending order and click Next. In the layout section, click the outline option. In landscape orientation, and then click Next. And then we put customers and contracts. And click Finish. And then it opens our report. We can scroll it back so we can actually see what a page looks like. So that's what a report page would look like. Alright, so you can zoom in and out. On the ribbon we can go to Print Preview. Alright, and then so we can zoom out so that you can see what a page looks like. We can click the center of the report and magnify it once again, center it up. We're not going to actually print. This just gives you a print preview of it. We're going to close the report. Display the report in layout view. We're going to go to our design tab. We're going to go to themes. We're going to go to the Ion boardroom and apply that theme. At the top of the report, we're going to select the report title, Customers and Contracts, and then edit the text to Customers and Contracts. To make it look neater. Okay. Click the report to deselect the report title. And then select the report title again. On the ribbon, click your Format tab. Go to the font color and change to that dark purple for the font. On the ribbon, click the Report Layout Tools Design tab, and then the header, click Logo. I'm going to pull that panels image in again. We're going to drag that picture down here to the end. Okay. It should look something like this. Alright, we're going to resize some fields and field values in our report to make it look nicer. In the report, you click the first contract number field label. When you select a field label in layout view, all the labels for that field are selected. Any changes you make to a single selected field will also be made to any others. Okay. Resize the contract number field label until the entire field label is visible. The change will be made throughout the report. Mine's already all the way visible. Find the record for customer ID 16. Okay. Okay. In the record for customer ID 16, click the city field label. Press and hold the shift key and then click the phone label. Both field labels are selected and can be resized. Drag the edge of either selected field label to the right until the black outlines indicating the width of the labels are approximately 1.5. Okay, for the entire report, they've been adjusted and are now smaller. Alright, then scroll to the bottom and over for our page number text. Select it because it's not completely within the border. Move it to the left slightly. So make sure it's within the border. Okay. Using conditional formatting in report, scroll to the bottom and find the record customer ID 33. Alright, so we want to go up, we'll go over. Customer ID 33. Click the contract value field. Alright, on the ribbon, click the Format tab up here. In the Control Formatting group, click the Conditional Formatting button. It's not going to let me. It's grayed out. I can't get Conditional Formatting. Unless I'm supposed to click the actual value. Yeah, there we go. Now Conditional Formatting is available. In the dialog box, click New Rule. On the box that contains the word between, click the arrow and choose greater than or equal to. Press Tab. Move to the next box and type 20,000. In the preview section, click the font color and change it to red. And then click OK. And click OK again. And that changes your values. Alright, printing a report, switch to print preview. In the print range section, you can select your pages to print or print the whole thing. We're not going to print anything, it just shows you how it looks. If you flip through your pages, you can see where that conditional formatting has turned certain values red. Okay. So, we're going to close our print preview. We're not going to print. We're going to make sure we've saved our changes here. We're going to close this out. We can now close this database out because we're finished. Alright, that concludes Chapter 19's lecture. If you have any questions on anything for Access, please let me know. If you need anything clarified or if you just need help with something, let me know.